stop. Before you file for Social Security at 70 like everyone keeps telling you to, watch this. Because 2 out of every 3 Americans are claiming at 62, and the financial media keeps calling it a mistake. But what if it's not a mistake? What if, depending on your life, filing at 62 is actually the smartest financial decision you can make? Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 real strategic reasons why early Social Security could put more money in your pocket. Not excuses, not fear, strategy. But first, real quick, where are you watching from right now? Drop your city in the comments below. I actually read every comment. I'm Tara, and in the next 19 minutes, I'm going to give you the same framework that actual financial advisors use with their private clients. 7 legitimate reasons why filing at 62 might be right for your situation. We're covering spousal benefits, health factors, portfolio protection, survivor strategy, and more. If you stay until the end, you'll also get the 3 situations where you absolutely should not file early. So stay with me. This one could be worth tens of thousands of dollars to you. Before we get into the 7 reasons, let me make sure we're speaking the same language because these numbers matter. For anyone born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67. That's when you get 100% of what Social Security calculated you deserve, your primary insurance amount, or PIA. If your full benefit would be $4,000 a month at 67, filing at 62 drops you to about $2,800. That's a permanent 30% reduction. But waiting until 70 bumps you to nearly $5,200 a month. That's a $2,400 monthly spread. So when does the person who waited actually win? That's the break-even calculation. If you compare 62 versus 70, the break-even point is around age 80 to 81. So the math question is, will you live past 80? The Social Security Administration actually designed the system so that people who live to average life expectancy receive roughly the same total benefits regardless of when they claimed. So this isn't about the system cheating you, it's about which version of the benefit fits your life. Let's get into it. Here's one that catches people completely off guard, and I see this mistake all the time. Your spouse cannot collect spousal benefits until you file for your own retirement. Spousal benefits can provide up to 50% of your full retirement amount. If your spouse didn't work long enough to qualify for their own benefit, or if their benefit is significantly lower than half of yours, they are literally waiting on you. Here's the scenario. You're 62 with a solid work history. Your spouse is also 62 with minimal work credits. If you wait until 70 to maximize your own check, your spouse waits 8 additional years to receive any spousal benefits. 8 years of household income gone. Yes, your personal check is bigger at 70, but the cumulative household income might heavily favor filing earlier. This is especially true when there's a large earnings gap between spouses. Always run the numbers on your household total, not just your individual benefit. Okay, this one isn't comfortable, but it's real and I respect you too much to skip it. Nobody wants to think about their own mortality, but pretending you'll definitely live to 90 when your health history says otherwise isn't optimism, it's poor planning. The average American who reaches 62 can expect to live about 22 more years to around 84. But that's an average. Half of people live longer, half don't. If you have chronic conditions, a family history of early mortality, or other factors at play, the math shifts dramatically. Remember, break even between claiming at 62 versus 70 is around age 80 to 81. If you realistically don't expect to reach that age, you will receive more total dollars by claiming early. That's not pessimism, that's protecting what you've worked for. Social Security is supposed to be insurance for your retirement. If your retirement is likely to be shorter, it makes logical sense for that insurance to pay out sooner. This is a sophisticated strategy that doesn't get discussed nearly enough, and it involves playing the long game across both spouses' benefit records. When one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse can switch to the deceased spouse's benefit if it's higher. It's called a survivor benefit. Here's how to use this strategically. Let's say you have health concerns, but your spouse has a higher lifetime earning record and is expected to live longer. You file for your own benefits at 62 and collect while you're both alive. When you pass away, your spouse switches to their own benefit, which is already larger. Or flip it, your spouse has a higher benefit but a serious health condition and shorter life expectancy. You file early on your record now to collect something while you can, knowing that when they pass, you'll step up to their larger survivor benefit. You're drawing income from both records over time rather than leaving money sitting idle. This one surprises people because it seems counterintuitive. Why would someone with substantial retirement savings file early? Shouldn't they be the ones who can afford to wait? Here's the logic. When you have significant assets, those assets are invested and growing. But if you're living off them in retirement, every dollar you withdraw is a dollar that's no longer compounding. If you claim Social Security early and use those payments to cover your living expenses, you withdraw less from your portfolio. Your investments get more runway. In some scenarios, the additional growth on your portfolio over 8 years exceeds the benefit you'd gain from waiting on Social Security. There's also something called sequence of returns risk. If the market drops sharply early in your retirement while you're withdrawing heavily, the damage can be permanent. Social Security as a baseline reduces how much you need to pull during volatile times. This isn't right for everyone. The math depends on your portfolio size, expected returns, longevity, and tax situation. But for people with real assets who have stopped working, claiming early and letting investments grow is sometimes the smarter outcome. Hey, congratulations for sticking with me this far. Seriously, most people would have clicked away by now, but you're still here, and that tells me you're serious about making the right decision for your retirement. If this is helping you, do me a quick favor right now, hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do it now so you never miss a video like this one. It literally takes 2 seconds and it means the world to this channel. Okay, 3 more reasons to go. Let's keep it moving. This strategy is for a specific type of person, and you'll know if it's you. Some people file early specifically to invest those Social Security payments. Here's the logic. If you claim at 62 instead of 70, you receive 8 additional years of payments. Yes, each payment is smaller, but if you invest every dollar into the market and generate approximately 7 to 8% annually, the invested early payments can eventually outperform the larger delayed payments. You're essentially betting that you can generate better returns than the guaranteed 8% per year that waiting would give you. For experienced investors who understand the risks, who have a solid track record, and who don't need this income for day-to-day expenses, this can make sense. But I have to be honest with you, markets don't return 8% every year. Some years they lose 20%. If you invest your early Social Security and the market tanks, you've made a costly trade. This one is for people who truly understand risk. Everyone else, listen carefully to what's coming in the next few minutes. If you know that in a few years you'll have another reliable income stream, a pension, a deferred annuity, a structured settlement, then Social Security plays a completely different role in your plan. Here's the scenario. You're 62, you've stopped working, but you have a pension that kicks in at 65. Or maybe you purchased a deferred income annuity years ago that starts paying at 67. Either way, your later years already have a stable income floor built in. You don't need to maximize Social Security to create security. You've already built it. In this scenario, claiming Social Security early gives you income for the gap years, from 62 until that pension or annuity starts. Once the other guaranteed income begins, your combined income exceeds what you need. Social Security becomes supplemental rather than foundational. The key question is whether you can cover 3 to 5 years of expenses from savings while waiting. If you can, maybe waiting makes sense. But if claiming early smooths your income trajectory without requiring major portfolio drawdowns, this is a very solid strategy. This last one is the most human. And I say this with complete respect for every person in this situation. Sometimes life doesn't follow the plan. Maybe you spent decades in physically demanding work, construction, manufacturing, nursing, manual labor. By 62, your knees are done. Your back won't cooperate. Continuing to work isn't just hard, it's genuinely not possible. Or maybe it's not physical. Maybe you were laid off and despite months of searching, nobody will hire someone your age at the salary you need. Age discrimination in hiring is illegal, but extremely difficult to prove. And the reality is that many workers in their early 60s struggle to find comparable employment after a job loss. Whatever the reason, if you cannot work and you don't have enough saved to cover your expenses while you wait, Social Security is there for exactly this purpose. It's a safety net. Using it when you genuinely need it is not failure. It is the system working exactly as intended. Don't let financial shame prevent you from using a benefit you've paid into your entire working life. All right, I promised you honesty, and that means telling you when early filing is a mistake. Here are 3 situations where you should strongly consider waiting. Number 1, you're still working with substantial income. The Social Security earnings limit in 2026 is $24,480. If you earn above that while collecting benefits before full retirement age, Social Security withholds $1 for every 2 you earn above the limit. You're taking a permanent 30% reduction A&D, having payments held back anyway. It creates financial chaos and makes no sense. Number 2, Social Security will be your primary or only income source. When Social Security is your main income, every dollar of monthly benefit matters enormously. The difference between $2,800 and $4,000 a month is the difference between getting by and truly struggling. If this is you, work as long as you can. Delay as long as you can. The extra income is worth more to you than to someone with multiple income streams. Number 3, you're in great health with longevity in your family. If your parents lived into their 90s, if you exercise regularly, if you have no significant chronic conditions, you are statistically likely to live past the break-even point. Waiting means more money over your lifetime. The math is on your side. Here's what I want you to do this week. 5 concrete steps. First, log into your Social Security account and pull your benefit estimates at 62, 67, and 70. Know your actual numbers, not estimates, your real dollar amounts. Second, assess your health honestly. Look at your family history. Talk to your doctor. Use real information, not wishful thinking. Third, if you're married, optimize for your household benefit, not just your individual number. Sometimes the higher earner delays while the lower earner claims early. Sometimes it's the opposite. It depends on your ages, histories, and health. Fourth, map your other income sources. Do you have a pension? Significant retirement savings? Is Social Security supplemental income, or is it the foundation? Your answer changes everything. And fifth, if this feels overwhelming, spend a few $100s with a fee-only financial planner who can run detailed analyses on your specific situation. The right decision here could be worth tens of thousands over your lifetime. The average retirement age in America isn't 67. It isn't 70. It's 62. And 2/3 of Americans are claiming before full retirement age. Not because they're all making mistakes, but because for many of them, it's the right choice for their life. Social Security is personal. The decision to claim is personal. Don't let anyone make you feel foolish for considering early filing. And don't let anyone pressure you into waiting when it doesn't fit your actual life. If this video helped you think through your situation more clearly, I want to know. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway, or tell me where you're at in your retirement planning journey. I'm Tara, and I make videos every week designed to help you make smarter, more confident financial decisions without the jargon, without the fear, and without anyone telling you what to feel. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss one. Like this video if it gave you value, and share it with someone you know who's approaching 62 and trying to figure this out. They deserve to have this information too. I'll see you in the next one.